You've heard it over and over. Your story needs an inciting incident, one big moment that kicks everything into motion. So naturally, you build toward it. You make it big, dramatic, and for a little while, it kind of works. Except somewhere in the middle, the story starts to lose momentum. And worse, your readers end up dropping off after chapter 5. Because that one inciting incident can only carry you so far. Best-selling authors use 5 different types of inciting incidents, each serving a specific purpose and placed at strategic points to keep reigniting the story. And I'll prove it to you with 3 worldwide phenomena that all use these 5 inciting incidents at the exact same moment. So once you understand how they work, you'll finally have the key to keep your readers breathless from page 1 to the very end of your story. If you're new to the channel and wondering who the heck is this guy, hi, I'm Julian, creator of the Story Pillars method. It's designed to help you write a first draft that will need countless rounds of revision so that you can finally get to the finish line with this novel of yours. I share everything here on YouTube for free with the hope that it will help you write a novel so beautiful that your readers will finish it and immediately want to start over. So if that's you, consider subscribing. And if you've been a friend of the channel for a while and would like to support my work, then don't forget to like the video and maybe even click the hype button, especially because today is a little extra special. To help you better understand the Story Pillars method, I usually use 2 examples, Harry Potter and the Hunger Games. But if this video isn't your first rodeo on the channel, then I'm happy to announce a new, more recent addition. Actually, super recent, and one from my favorite genre, a murder mystery. Speaking of mysteries, I'll keep the reveal until we get to the examples. But I'm gonna give you 1 clue, then comment down below what you think it is, and we'll see if you guessed it right. Here's an emoji sequence for the title of this murder mystery. Comment down below what you think it is, and we'll crack on with the rest of the video. Right, so the first inciting incident is the decoupled inciting incident. And it's called decoupled because you actually need 2 inciting incidents in 2 different scenes working together. The inciting threat and the inciting opportunity. Here's how they work. The inciting threat establishes a danger brewing beneath the surface. It's a threat to the status quo, to the world your protagonist lives in at the beginning of your story. It plants the seed of inevitability so that when the call to adventure comes, the stakes are already high. The inciting opportunity, on the other hand, activates those stakes. This is the call to adventure, the moment that imposes on your protagonist an impossible choice, a Cornelian dilemma, where both paths comes with real consequences. This will force them to decide, stay in their world or step into the unknown. To better understand, let's look at Harry Potter first. The inciting threat is when Harry receives for the very first time a letter addressed directly to him. Technically, neither Harry nor the reader knows the content of that letter, but we know something's up, because someone knows that Harry exists outside of the Dursleys family and someone is therefore trying to reach out to him. And this threat to his miserable but status quo life with the Dursleys puts us on alert. Then comes the inciting opportunity. Hagrid shows up and tells Harry that he's a wizard, which explains the recent events, him being able to hear the snake, the vanishing glass, and more importantly, the letter. Because Hagrid also tells him what the letter says. He's expected at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. This is his call to adventure. Is he willing to follow a stranger in the unknown, or will he stay stuck with the Dursleys, his adoptive family that's been treating him like it means nothing? As you can see, the inciting threat made the inciting opportunity feel inevitable. If the reader didn't feel the weight of that letter earlier, now they can, and everything comes into focus. In the Hunger Games, the inciting threat is when the protagonist, Katniss, sees a girl wearing a dress that she wouldn't normally wear. She wears it because she's just turned 12, which means it's her first reaping, the day when the government randomly selects teenagers to fight to the death in the Hunger Games. Now, as a reader, we might not think much of it yet, especially because we expect, or maybe we already know, that Katniss will be the one sent to the arena. So when the inciting opportunity comes and her little sister Prim gets picked instead, it's a disorientating surprise. She's just turned 12 as well, and we realize at this moment that this possibility has been clouding the story without us fully grasping it. The inciting threat foreshadows this inciting opportunity and gave it meaning and significance. Of course, her sister would have been picked, we just didn't see it coming. It's only the beginning of the story and the rug has already been pulled out from under our feet. Now, the third example, if you've guessed it already, is Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out murder mystery. So in Wake Up Dead Man, the inciting threat happens when Jude, a former boxer turned preacher, gets sent to a church run by a priest named Wick and learns the story of Wick's family. Wick's grandfather founded the church and had a vast fortune in the bank. To protect his grandson, he promised his daughter, Wick's mother, that the fortune would be willed to her if she stayed under his roof. But when the grandfather passed, the fortune was gone. vanished, and the only thing he left her was a mysterious box called Eve's apple. This leaves us wondering, where did the fortune go, what's in the box, and why would a man who promised his family wealth leave them with nothing but a cryptic container? This mystery creates a looming threat because clearly something valuable is at stake, and people will do terrible things for wealth and power. Then comes the inciting opportunity. Wicks is found murdered. This kickstarts the real adventure, the murder mystery, and we, as the audience, immediately sense that this mysterious box might be why Wick was killed. Maybe he knew where the fortune went, maybe he was protecting a secret, or maybe he's just simply stood in someone's way. Now, we have 3 more inciting incidents to discover, but if so far this approach to story structure resonates with you, you might want to join the Dual Storyline Challenge, where we work together over 4 weeks to build your complete outline using the Story Pillars method. You get masterclasses for more in-depth, structured learning. We meet live once a week. You get workbooks, you get the official Story Pillars map to complete your outline, and you even get to work in squads with other challenges to brainstorm and solve outline problems together. So if that sounds like what you need, you can scan this QR code today or use the link in the description to join the challenge. Bonus, when you join, it also supports my channel, so thank you for considering. Once your protagonist has answered the call to adventure, the third type of inciting incident kickstarts the middle of your story. It's called the inciting encounter. Here, your protagonist encounters 1 or 2 types of characters. The key characters, always, because these will help your protagonist not only better understand the rules of the new world, but who will also help them learn the theme of your story, which in the Story Pillars method is also called the more need. And sometimes you might want to introduce 1 or more antagonists so that your protagonist understands not just the rules that govern the new world, but also the extent to which they can be bent. In Harry Potter, Harry meets Ron and Hermione, then Draco. In The Hunger Games, Katniss meets Peeta and her mentor, Haymitch. While she knew Peeta from before, he wasn't playing a key role in her life yet. In Wake Up Dead Man, Jude meets Benoit Blanco, the detective, the key to solving this murder mystery. Now you might be wondering, wait a minute Jules, what about all the suspects? Were they not there before the call to adventure? Yes, but just like Katniss and Peeta in The Hunger Games, these characters were just part of Jude's status quo world. It wasn't until the murder that they played a key role in the plot, and that Jude saw them with a whole new lens. Suspects. Now that you know how to kickstart the middle of your story, you'll still face the dreaded sagging middle. For most writers, it's a curse that feels inevitable until they learn the 4th type of inciting incident. This one is used to spin the wheel halfway through the story to keep the momentum high and avoid the sagging middle. It's called the inciting discovery. To better understand how this works, you need to zoom out just for a second and look at the method that underpins everything I teach here on the channel, the Story Pillars method. Most traditional methods will tell you that you should give your protagonist 1 goal. But in the Story Pillars method, we define fixations instead. Not just 1 goal, but 2 fixations working in tandem. A minor fixation that drives the first half of your story, and a major fixation that's been brewing under the surface. The inciting discovery brings that major fixation to the forefront so that it can co-pilot, so to speak, the rest of your story along with the minor fixation. Let me give you examples. In Harry Potter, the minor fixation is winning the House Cup. It introduces us to the rules of Hogwarts, the point system, the rivalry between houses, and Quidditch. But later on, the major fixation takes over, finding the Philosopher's Stone and stopping whoever is trying to get it. So for Harry Potter, the inciting discovery is when Harry discovers who Nicolas Flamel is, the maker of the Philosopher's Stone. Harry realizes that this is what was hidden under the 3-headed dog and that something bigger than them is taking place. In The Hunger Games, the minor fixation is to survive the games, but later her major fixation comes into focus: outwitting the Capitol. The inciting discovery occurs when Katniss wakes up after days of being unconscious. She then discovers that Rue, another tribute, took care of her this entire time. This act of kindness from a supposed enemy shows her that not every tribute has to be the enemy, that true alliance might be possible, and that maybe the other tributes aren't the real enemy, but the system itself. Just like in Harry Potter, the inciting discovery has been foreshadowed in a very specific way. And if you'd like to learn more about it, I made a whole video on this, link will be in the description down below. In Wake Up Dead Man, the minor fixation is to solve the murder mystery. It's what drives the first half, is the reason why people came to the story for. And the major fixation is to get to Eve's apple, which, spoiler alert, turned out to be a diamond, and protect it from the wicked. The inciting discovery is when Jude discovers that Sid, one of the suspects, was the hidden son of the priest, therefore the heir of the missing fortune. This has also been foreshadowed in the first half of the middle, and this discovery sets a whole new course for the investigation. The fifth and final type of inciting incident is the inciting news. It is the inciting incident that kicks off the endgame of your novel. It will create a fork in the road and force your protagonists to abandon their current plan and commit to a new one. No matter what the plan is, this inciting news either supercharges the minor fixation or forces your protagonist to face the major fixation. This path depends entirely on your story, so let me show you with examples. In Harry Potter, Harry finally connects the dots and realizes that whoever is after the Philosopher's Stones now knows how to get it. He runs to tell Dumbledore, and that's when the inciting news drops. Dumbledore has been called away. The plan was to let the adults handle it, but now Harry is forced to face the major fixation and take the matter in his own hands to protect the stone. In the Hunger Games, the inciting news occurs when the game makers announce that, for the first time ever, two tributes from the same district can win together. Now her minor fixation, surviving the games, has been supercharged with new, higher and more personal emotional stakes, finding Peeta and surviving together. So what about Wake Up Dead Man? Well, the inciting news is when a seemingly dead man wakes up and breaks open the crypt door from inside. This bizarre, unexplainable event supercharges the minor fixation and forces the main characters to double down on the immediate crime and mystery. So there you have them, the 5 inciting incidents that your story needs if you want to write a riveting, unforgettable novel. If you want to learn more about the Storyteller's method, you can watch this free storytelling course next, and if you'd like to work together on your novel, you can either join the Dual Storyline Challenge or book one-to-one coaching sessions with me. Either way, links are in the description. I'll see you in the next one.